Woo! Jeez, Peasel. Welcome to Rad Randall Show. I'm your Welcome to Rad Randall Show. I'm your host, Rad Randall, the poster child for ADHD. And the vibe for today's episode is kind of a bummer, dude. Let me tell you about it. Let's get into it, everybody. Welcome. So, what am I bummed about? Well, the overwhelming feeling of the world collapsing on top of me. Just kidding. All jokes aside. No, I'm not going to put no jokes aside. We're going to put the jokes in it. Because I think I'm funnier than I actually am. And I need to make YouTube videos to stroke my ego. So, stroke it for me. Huh? Nah? Okay. All right, got it. I got it. A little less. I'll turn it down a little bit. All right, so here's what's up. So recently, if you're just joining us on your first episode with the Rad Randall Show, my wife's family, some of my wife's family members had to move in with us because they had some unfortunate job circumstances and home circumstances that just kind of collapsed on them. There's another episode I explain all that. I believe it's the donuts. Where the hell did donuts come from video? So that explains exactly what happened there. But anyway, our house went from 8 people to 14 people. So yeah, there's that. We're all getting along well, but that house of ours, which we love so much, which was the biggest house we've ever owned, and it shrank. It shrank real quick. It shrank in size big time or little time. Big, I don't know. But it got really small real quick. So we're all getting along and everything, but we kind of came to the realization we probably need to work on doing something else, because this isn't probably sustainable forever. It'd be really hard to sustain it forever. Well, one thing about living in Arkansas, when me and my wife first came to Arkansas, we saw these kind of interesting family situations where a whole family or most of the family will live on like a compound together. Totally a real thing here. So basically, Grandpa has a bunch of land, and the kids, they get raised up, and then they raise their families, and everybody comes to these compounds, and they build their houses, and they kind of take their own piece of the property, and their kids inherit it after them, and they build their own houses, and they just keep it in the family. It's all the family's property. There are entire towns in Arkansas that are named the namesake and built by single families. It's pretty unique. But we always thought it was neat, but me and my wife never thought we would be able to like afford a compound. Like, that kind of seems like we don't have that old farm money that whatever it is that they acquired the land for. Grandpa acquired the land for long ago. But when you're pushed up against the wall, you kind of figure out that maybe you do have some options, and we do. We picked a place. It's kind of perfect for us. It's got a big house for us because we have the biggest family, and few small houses on the smaller houses, but good enough to accommodate for the rest of the family members. And like, it's just kind of pimping. It's kind of baller, man. Like, it's got a pool and hot tub and like an outdoor kitchen and like a gigantic shop and like a smaller shop in back and like a creek that runs through it and like land and it's kind of like everything we need. And it seems like we'll find out Friday, but I think it might be in our price range. Our houses went up in value tremendously since we owned it, and that's a good thing. So, but it's a bummer because I hate moving. Me and my wife, since we first got married, like, we've moved a bunch. You start out in a little apartment and then get a little bigger apartment, then you get your first house and each time you move and you acquire more crap. So we had acquired a lot of crap with our last house that we had in Iowa. And then, like, got to this one, and this house is bigger than all the houses we've owned, all the living arrangements we've had before. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. We have acquired a bunch of stuff. On top of that, you have the repairs that you need to do to the property because, things kind of get neglected over the years. Stuff that needs to be taken care of, but not necessarily right away, like loose boards, paint, stuff that needs to be finished painted, maybe some landscaping control. Yeah, so there's all that, plus moving, plus getting the bank going and getting all the stuff for the bank and the time off work and just trying to make everything work. So it's a little bit of a bummer. It's kind of stressful, but it's moving in the right direction, I believe. And I think it's going to be a good thing ultimately. I don't see how it couldn't be. And like I said, it's just a little tough right now. So I didn't do an episode like I wanted to this week. We were going to do an episode I was going to do an episode on all the crazy lemurs in Madagascar. There's like 70 to 112 or something like that, different types of lemurs in Madagascar. It's kind of crazy. They only have like one or two natural predators, a cat-like creature. I can't remember what it's called right now. If I remember it, I'll put it in the, put a little text there saying what it is, and then probably some birds, some birds of prey. But other than that, they kind of thrive there, and they've created some really unique tools in evolution because that's what they have there, a whole bunch of different, lemurs. I'm going to have one of my daughters, my middle daughter, in here. She's going to do a little cameo in the beginning of the video, and that's all going to happen probably next week. And then I'll bring my other littles in, and we're going to do a very special episode. I'm not going to tell you about that one, though. I think you'll be interested in, and they're going to do the same thing, a little cameo for the intro, and then we'll roll into the video. So sorry I don't have much for you this week, but I can't. My mental capacity is shut down. But that's okay. We're gonna be okay. Everybody's getting along. Everything's going good. Just we're hanging in there, and you guys can hang in there with me too, and we're all gonna make it, and life's good. So we'll see you on the next one. Peace. I'm out of here.